Did it feel to be told, like, this is your starting spot now? You will be coming out there, especially after the journey that it took you.
You know, it's an awesome opportunity. This is what I've worked for, my whole life, but also especially the past year and a half. Just coming back from injury, it's not fun, but we got to deal with it. And I've just worked really hard and felt really nice to see some of those dreams accomplished, and just all the hard work coming to fruition.
And walk me through your conversations with Jeremy just throughout this entire injury recovery process, working back to things. How has your relationship really been bolstered in the last few months?
I think early on when you're just coming out of surgery, it's he's going to talk to you, but his focus is on the guys last year, and then once I start throwing, it's been great. He works with everything. He works with different parts of my body. He works with just pitches, how to approach hitters, a lot of different things. Just working mainly on the mental aspect of getting back into competing. So it's been good talking with him.
You mentioned that mental aspect. What were some of the biggest challenges that you kind of went through, not only through the recovery, but also through really ramping yourself back up again?
I think it's finding that competitive edge again. Finding a way to calm the nerves when you get in that moment, because for me, competing's never been the issue, but when I come back after not pitching for a year and a half, it's tough at first to manage all those emotions when you get out there. So one of the biggest things has just been taking a deep breath, calming down, slow the heart rate, just pitching, not getting too big, too small, just enjoying it.
Coming off that injury, how was it getting your pitches back, starting to throw those bullpens again, working on tunneling, things like that? Were you able to pick it up right in the start where you left off?
Honestly, for the most part, everything kind of felt good other than the curveball early on. After that, it's kind of just been tweaking, just finding a rhythm for everything in game. But for the most part, I feel like stuff was pretty easy to come by, get all that stuff back.
I guess kind of looking at the fall and then the spring now, you're trying to compete for a job, but you're trying to build yourself up to health. How was that kind of mix between trying to get maybe the Saturday or the Sunday job, but then also trying to make sure you're ready for the season?
I think the jobs was always awesome. Everyone's competing for a job, right? We've got 20 great pitchers here, so it was more about just focusing on myself, focusing on doing the best I can in games. And if that job fell to me on the weekend, that's awesome. But we've got 20 guys who pitch really well and could have earned that spot as well.
Barrett is over here to your right.
Who did you lean on in the rehab process? Was there anybody on the team that was a great resource for you? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. So last year it was, Lucas Kelly on the team. He was my roommate our freshman year. Ended up here together, so he was a great teammate resource. And obviously, Jesse Lohman, our trainer, he is the best. I can't thank him enough. He was the biggest resource in my development post Tommy John and just rehabbing everything. And I can't thank him enough because I would not be back where I am without him.
What do you anticipate the emotions of stepping onto that mound for the first time as a Sun Devil on Saturday?
I can already feel the excitement building. I'm sure there'll be anxiety, there'll be a ton of excitement, but at the end of the day, once I step on the mound, it's back to business. It's me against the hitter. So I'll enjoy it until the first pitch, and then after that, it's back to winning. That's all we're here to do, and that's what I love to do.
Cole talked about how he's happy to no longer be facing the bats in this lineup after a whole winter. Do you share the same sentiment?
Yeah, absolutely. Our guys, they're great hitters. We've got so many great hitters up and down the lineup. It's tough to face those guys day in, day out. Just really excited to face some new faces and not have to face some of our guys again.
Obviously, you have a lot of confidence in that offense, but the bullpen as well, really deep. How confident are you, going out there knowing that you can, if needed, the staff can rely on those guys back there?
Oh, like I said earlier, we've got 20 guys who easily could have stepped into one of these starting roles. So if I come out of the game, I have full confidence that no matter who steps in there, we're going to win.
I'm doing a good job of walkout music. What makes a good walkout song for you?
For me, it's kind of just, I actually don't hear it too much. I'll hear it for the first 10, 15 seconds. So the 10, 15 seconds I hear it, I want it to kind of be a little bit motivating, you know, but after that, it's kind of blocked out in my head. So really, it's just whatever people will like after those first 15 seconds.
So, what's going on in your head in those 10, 15 seconds?
I'm just fully engrossed in the warm up, getting ready to pitch. I feel like those 8 pitches out there are the biggest preparation you'll have all day for that one inning. So just really focused on whatever I need to do for that inning to be ready for it.
Then how was it building your relationship with the catchers, watching them kind of compete for that job and seeing who's going to measure up best for the pitchers?
Yeah, so obviously, like y'all know, I was here last year, so like I've had a relationship with Brody, but I didn't actually. Brody was hurt this fall, so I got to work with every single one of them. Got to meet them as humans, and they're all great people. They're easy to hang out with, easy to talk to, easy to work out with. So just kind of doing a ton of things with them. You know, it's super easy to get to know these guys and get to know how they approach their work, how they want to do things, how I want to do things, and kind of mesh them. They're super easy to work with.
The guy that was Saturday starter last year, Jack Martinez, also came from a smaller school and then was one of the standouts on the team last year. Have you talked to him at all about this starting process? Kind of what have you been like seeing him last year on the team from the sidelines, from the dugout, and now you're in the spot he was?
I actually haven't talked to him since I found out the news, but you know, me and Marty, we've talked a good amount. He's been around, so like I know what he kind of went through last year with, you know, taking that big step up when it comes to competition level. And I'm ready for it. Like I've had some talks with him, and really just ready to go out there and do what I can.
Willie kind of mentioned you as a guy to watch really early on in the fall, and then up until this point you get the Saturday gig. I mean, what has it meant to kind of have his confidence in you throughout this whole process?
It's been really cool. You know, it's weird coming off the shelf. So knowing that, you know, the head guy, he's got a lot of confidence in you, that helps you get some confidence back in yourself really quickly, which is huge for anyone coming off injury. So I was really appreciative of that.
Thanks, man.